I need to cultivate this backfield. Maybe get some crop in. We'll have to see. But turn that radio off. But if you've been following along the series at all, you're going to see in the last episode I had some trouble with tractors, getting the right size equipment on the farm. Because I bought the biggest cultivator they had so I can get stuff done quicker, but the tractor wasn't up to snuff. So we finished this field up last night. And this field's already done, and I think I might buy field 18 eventually, but not yet. But before we get going with cultivating, I need to check on the chickens. This is really the first day that I'm playing the map, so still figuring out the bugs and whatnot. Alright, well, there's nothing there. Now we can't say now that they need to clean more. Alright, good deal. Where's their productivity? We do have some eggs. We got 1 box of eggs. Now, kind of the end goal for today would be, I would really like to buy myself a truck. Man, I can't buy more chickens. Every time I get close to that animal dialogue. So this map just kind of bugs out. But this map is Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Probably, honestly, my favorite map. I mean, I pretty much play them all, and this beats the crap out of Lone Oak. Even with the little bit of bugs it has. And, what's the Welker's Farms? This is way better than Welker's Farms. Kind of has a Ravenport vibe to it. The way it's set up and like colors and the graphics in it. But I really enjoy it. Now, fair warning, if you've been watching the channel and have been watching all the videos, you know I have internet issues. So if the internet drops, I'm just gonna new one. So just stick around if you see the stream drop out of nowhere, and wait for a notification. Just make sure you hit that bell and that like button. But yeah, I mean, everything just drops out. So the last couple episodes I've been doing with no audio, but that's just because I just want to play. But I am going to start doing more with audio, because, well, the selfish reason is because they get more views, but it seems like when people get on, they want to hear someone talking. So that is that. So if you watched any of my other streams, you know I'm not a fan of the big bud. But when you need power, this thing just puts it down. And yes, I do know that this cultivator is way too big for this field. But that's what I got. I sold the other one. That's just how it's gonna be. because I was using a John Deere 8R with the bigger engine in it. I was putting out 450 horsepower, somewhere around there, and it still wasn't enough to move this cultivator consistently, because I was getting stuck on some hills in my other field. And you can see that in the other streams, but I sold that and I bought a tracked Fent, which I should have known better, because Fents don't pull worth anything. That's in virtual and real life, because they're junk. But yeah, now it's winter time and I'm going to be having a little bit more free time than normal. I'll probably be uploading more often. So make sure if you're liking the content, you subscribe to keep seeing updated stuff. Because I work a ton in the summertime, and work is priority number one, and video games are somewhere on the list. But like I'm saying, I'm going to try and cultivate these fields here. I'm almost done with this one. Then I'd like to get some seed in the ground. Gonna shoot over back on the other side of this field and get the stuff I missed. Ideally, you'd probably want to use a smaller cultivator, but since I'm not ripping these videos and editing them, because that takes forever working on this PlayStation Pro, I just try and buy the biggest equipment I can so I can get the job done fast, so time lapses aren't completely necessary. I know it gets a little boring whenever I'm not talking or when it's not a time lapse, but it is what it is. The other issue with this map is the workers aren't working. You can't hire workers for some reason. It just, the map doesn't recognize them, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. Like the small bugs I can deal with because I like the map. I wonder if this will fit in one of the barns. I don't think it will. Yeah, it ain't fitting. Probably shouldn't have brought it into the yard then. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over here by the cow pen, because I don't really plan on having cows yet, because they're kind of a pain in the butt and a full-time job. And as also you can see, I'm not playing seasons mode, and the reason for that is truly because other than plowing snow, I get very bored with seasons, because it takes so long to go from harvest to harvest, and it seems like harvesting videos is what gets views, and you can only do so much random tasks around your farm before things get boring and repetitive. But as you can see, I just bought this at 0.3 hours on it, which is pretty good, I guess. You can I cultivate a lot of land with it, but it was also being pretty efficient. But what was I doing? Oh, seeding. I did buy a baler. I sold a lot of the original equipment. Probably do some seeding. Oh, I don't think I needed to use a cultivator. Alright, that was a waste of time. Now, let's see. I don't know if this tractor will pull that seeder, but it's the only other tractor I have, because I had to buy a big bud for... I don't think I have another tractor, at least. Yeah, no, I sold it. That 8 series, John Deere, 8R series. So we will see if the little John Deere can pull the big old seeder. And we have no seed. It may be able to pull it, I'm not sure. I do like this M series John Deere. I think it's my favorite tractor in the game. But how big is this thing? Oh, it might be able to pull it. Alright, well, I need to go buy some seed. I need to put fertilizer in it, but I don't want to spend the money on fertilizer. I'd rather just put it down and then go from there. So I am going to run into the post and go to the store, buy some forks and some seed. I guess I need to go this way. I'm finally starting to learn the roads a little bit. I haven't explored the left side of the map. I've been staying on the right side because one, it's huge, and two, I've not had a reason to go on the other side yet. Now, if this tractor can't pull that seeder, I'm going to be in trouble because we are running low on funds. I could go and buy, or I'm sorry, take a loan and then buy a new piece of equipment, but I honestly might just lease a tractor because I really don't need a third tractor. I have a big bud for cultivating. I have this tractor for my chickens and kind of the chores around the farm. But I would really like to just lease something so I don't have to buy it. Plus, I'd rather pay $1,000 than pay $300,000. It's just out of curiosity, what size seeder is that? Oh, I'll be able to pull that. 180 horsepower. It's gonna be close, I should say, but I should be able to pull it. So I know it'll be slow on hills, but I just have to be a little bit kind of careful, I guess. I'm not be able to pass this guy. Get out of the way. Move. Man, green and red, that's a terrible combo for a truck. The other thing about this map is I really like seeing different vehicles on it. So you go from having just like the regular cars to like full-on dump trucks, which is cool. Which really makes sense for Pennsylvania because there's always like dump trucks and triaxles are dump trucks, but just a lot of heavy equipment on the roads as compared to small vehicles. Alright, so let's get our seed. See, this button doesn't work either. Probably because I don't have a tractor there, but there's no hotkey to buy stuff. Alright, so I need pallet forks. Oh, that's the wrong section. I need a bag of seed. Seed bag, there it is. I still want to buy myself a truck, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that this go around. Once I start using cheat codes. Which I don't really care to do. Loading pallets in this game is an extreme sport. You have to have some serious patience. This is a very beautiful map, but when you're driving big equipment down these roads, it gets a little tight. Especially combines with big old headers on them. Seems like you're always running into stuff, and then I wish cars had a little bit of awareness to them. Because it seems like every time you get stuck, there's 3 cars on top of you. And you can't move forward or backwards. So I think 1,000 liters or units of seed will be a good start. I don't know how many we'll go through. But I'm not going to plant that big backfield because I really don't need to. I have enough wheat for my chickens, probably to last 3 of their lifetimes. So I really don't want to plant wheat. Additionally, I also have a corn header and just a regular draper header. I also have a corn planter. Because oats usually do good. Sunflowers do well. Corn is hit or miss. I did well with it last time. There wasn't a lot of corn on the map the first go around. See, that was the big field I just worked on. Wouldn't mind getting rid of that island in the middle. It's a pain in my butt. Alright, let's think here for a minute. Let's look at the menu. Alright, let's see here. Sunflowers look like the winner. There's like one little field with sunflowers in it. Now, just so, because I know it's going to happen, I'm going to plant something and not be able to harvest it. Done it before. I don't want to do it again. I have the John Deere. This one. No, only if I knew. No, I can't harvest. Or is it the corn header? Oh yes, corn header. Yeah, you know, I never planted sunflowers, so let's do the sunflowers. Because I need that one. Wait, what the heck was that thing? Alright, so I'm just gonna put this here. And yes, I know that's not how you unload your pallets. Throw my front end loader in here. Another thing we have to do is I gotta cut some grass. Because I have 2 silage pits and a ton of grass to clean up. I think I want to plant that front field, the one below my house. That's a nice size one. And maybe that field behind my house. Those ones are pretty easy to keep up with. And honestly, if it goes well, I may just plant everything with sunflowers. I mean, it's not tippy yet. Alright, now she's a little heavy. Yeah, she's a little heavy. But you know what? What I could do here is... Oh yeah, that thing is really heavy. I don't think there is a fit-all tractor in this game. Because, I mean, it's nice to have these smaller fields, but then you still own a huge field. So it makes it very, very difficult to... Oh, are you kidding me? How am I... Oh, that's annoying. It'll be fine once I put it in the ground. Alright, I think I want to do this field here. It is big, but I think it'll be the best one to do. Switch to the sunflowers before I forget. That's a big field too, man. That's big. Let's start back here. Now, just to make sure that we're planning with the map. As you can see, this map is huge. I think it said 60 fields. Alright, yeah, we're planning. So our neighbor has a bunch of cotton planting. I need to get a set of front weights for this thing. That needs to happen ASAP. And this is one of the attachments that you'd probably work inside the cab, but it's just easier to be in third person. Now, I really underestimated the size of these fields. It's just difficult for the price of equipment you need to be working these bigger fields. But I don't know, it is what it is. I didn't have to pay for this land, so we're good to go. I do have more of a all-terrain type of tire on here, so we're gonna have some spinning. That's okay. So once we get this headland done, we'll probably start going side to side. Come on. You can make it up the hill. Seems like every time I play, I'm doing with underpowered tractors. I was saying this is my favorite series tractor, but where it lacks in power, it makes up in heart. But holy crap, it freaking struggles. Kind of wish I would have sold this one and kept the 8R. I think that's what they wanted me to run with this seeder. Because this tractor, the 8R, the seeder, the windrow, the thing to flip the grass over to turn into hay to dry it out, that thing. Pretty much all the equipment came with the map. As a new farmer, you only got $100,000 to start out with, which is pretty realistic, and I like that. It just makes it a little bit tougher to get stuff done, because you can't just buy the equipment that you need. You gotta really, really work for it. I think I'm going to try, and I know I'm going to do a lot more driving around and burning fuel, but it's going to save me some time by working down the hill. Now, they wanted me running this to fill it at an angle. That would have been rough. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you're liking and following and hit that bell notification, because like I said, I'm going to be starting to play a lot more than I usually do. So it's going to be easier for you to get the notification from me, rather than trying to predict what I'm playing. Because most of the time, I only know what I'm going to play. Like today, I played a lot today. But who knows, I might not play for another month. It all depends on the work schedule. Now, it looks like we're going to have maybe 1.5, 1.25 more long stripes down. So we'll get this pretty much as far over as we can. Then go from there. Now, you would think I'd be able to use the big bud for these planting tasks, but you can't use that because it doesn't have a 3-point hitch. It relies on hydraulics on your implement. So like cultivator has a piston on it to lift it up and out of the dirt, the soil. So that's why you can cultivate with it, but you can't necessarily seed with it like we're doing now. Well, we'll get her done. About 1 o'clock, so. Also, you wouldn't really see the field this way. You'd be going side to side and not running over seed, just putting ground, because that jacks up the depth pretty bad. And you don't, I don't know, common sense stuff. Alright, now I think we're going to go up the whole way to the top and finish these 2 swipes. You see we are getting some wheel slippage. You see, you don't want to turn too good. But I wouldn't want to work with a smaller seeder, so I'd probably have to get a bigger tractor, which we'll get that in the works, because I'm going to need it anyway. There's no way that I'm going 3 to 1 mile an hour up a hill and then driving to the other side of a field that's 4 times the size of this on one side. It's not gonna happen. I'm not patient enough, and I don't think the viewers are even close to patient to watch me spend 6 hours planting a field. Yep, she are airborne. So you can see this hard pack stuff, it moves pretty good. That's the difference between hard packed and cultivated soil. She working hard though, sowing that seed. Maybe we'll get lucky here and be able to do this with pretty much one pass. That's getting too wide. Throw one more up, one down, and a little bit of cleanup work, and we'll be good to go. Then go up to the top and probably go fill up quick, and then finish the top up and go from there. I am curious to see if that thing will. Maybe what we'll do is we'll finish whatever we can here with this seed, and I'll throw some wheat or something into the oats, into the cedar. We'll see how this John Deere handles that. My guess would be not too well. However, the big bud might be able to pull that for me. Now all this tippiness probably can be solved with some weights, but since my workshop ain't working and the button at the other shop wasn't working, I'll have to check that out maybe. At the end of the episode we'll take a ride down there, see if we can get some weights in the front of this thing. If we can get some weights, we'll be in good shape. Cause I think we can put 100 or 1,100 kilograms on the front, which I don't know, what is that, like 2,000 pounds? Just a ton of weight. So it's actually a little ton here in the States. Like I was saying before, I never did sunflowers before, so it's gonna be fun. I think it'll be pretty because my house will be right there, so look out the window and see a bunch of flowers. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can unload seed, so we'll have to try that out. Yeah, she's a little light in the front end. Makes sense though, because the weight was stretched out across the whole rear end rather than right in the middle. Yeah, we can unload. Oh, good deal. I'm just gonna throw this in there. You really don't need to be in the barn. Probably start using some of these for silage and other stuff. Now, just to prove the point, I only have 3 vehicles. So this has a pin in it, not a 3-point, so as you can see, it's not going to work. Man, this thing's slow turning. This is a nice piece of equipment though to have for cultivating and big ground engaging activities. Wouldn't really call seeding a heavy ground engaging activity, because you're trying to punch a seed in the ground a couple inches, whereas cultivating you're going, well, sometimes up to a foot. You're doing some deep plowing. I guess the other thing too is I could have just went and purchased, not even purchased, I had it, but I'm gonna use this field up here. There's hills. No, this one's flatter at the bottom. But anyway, what I was saying is I could just put the front loader on and put like a bucket full of wheat or something in it to add some weight as a ballast. But it's fine. Nice part about this seeder is it has a wheel right on the 3-point. Kind of offset the tongue weight. Which, if I had to say, I'd say it's the only thing really saving this tractor. Oh man, hand itchy. But we'll at least get a couple sweeps in, so harvester can do double duty again with the corn and sunflower header. Then I can put the big old draper on it. I started out with the John Deere that they had with the game, but it was way too small. It would have took literally forever. I'd probably still be harvesting. Just don't get me wrong, like I was saying before, I like that smaller equipment. It's just very, very difficult to use sometimes. Like I say, I'm not too sure what the top speed of this implement is. I'm guessing it's 11 miles an hour. But I'm actually really happy going 9 miles an hour. As long as I'm not like in that 5 range, I'm pretty satisfied. Because really anything more than this is a little bit too tippy. It's probably a little unrealistic too, because once you start booking it, your equipment's gonna start breaking. I always hit that wrong joystick. Now, I don't know how this is going to be on the hills, because like I said before, I am working on the flat. But if it keeps up the way it's going, I could probably manage to do these fields with this seeder. Now, after this drill, I'm going to do one strip right up the middle of the field and see how unbearable it is. For scientific reasons. It's gonna look terrible, but it is what it is. We'll go a long way around the island. Oh, she's dying. Yeah, we're just spinning. I'd say power-wise, though, we're pretty alright. So maybe if I just had some better tires. I was saying before, I know this is going to be ugly, but I was just curious. So maybe whenever I reload the game next time, get some different tires on this tractor. So I can actually do dirt work with it like this. Because it wants to go faster, it just can't grip. A little bit of momentum going into it helps though too, but I really think if I had some better tires, it wouldn't be struggling this bad going up hills, because this implement only needs, I believe, 130 horsepower. I got 155. So definitely have enough power, it's just getting that power to the ground. And yes, I know my plan's ugly, but I just wanted to use up the rest of the seed and do some testing with this tractor. But should be our last swipe, and then we can get things going for the rest of the day. I really think if I had them better tires, I could manage to do this field with this tractor and this setup as it is, and not want to rip my hair out too bad. So man, if it could hold even 7 miles an hour, it would be productive. But as soon as you get down in that 5-4 mile an hour range, it's too slow. We're just gonna finish it off into there. And she's empty. Not too shabby. So we got 4 or 5 rows done that way. We got, I think, 5 rows up and down, and about 1 3/4 circles around the island, along with, I believe, field 15 seeded with sunflower seeds. So we're gonna have a pretty good yield, or not yield, but turnover. The yield's gonna be lower because of not planting the full fields, but money wise should be about the same. Dump that in there. I don't have any fertilizer, and I don't have the money right now to buy a fertilizer spreader. I mean, I do, but I really don't want to spend it. Like I was saying before, the amount of crop I get isn't too important to me, and I have enough wheat to feed my chickens for a while. I'm gonna throw the front end loader back on. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you check me out on YouTube at The Rubber Ducky, because I don't know when I'm always going to be uploading. So if you go on there, hit the bell, you'll know when I'm uploading. You won't miss an episode, because I really suck at uploading regularly. Alright. See, I don't need that because, oh, yeah, I don't really need that. Really never going to use it either because the barn's so close to everything else. I'll just come down and get filled up or throw a bag on the, throw a bag seat on the forks and get at them. Or I guess I can use it as a ballast. But alright, let's see what our progress is. That's save content. See how bad of a job I did seeding field. What field is that? 17. There it is. Yep. I don't know. I'd say maybe not quite an eighth, or not quite a quarter of the field, but maybe 3/16 of the field's done there. 15's done for the most part. I mean, I missed a couple little spots. If I'm not mistaken, field 16 might be bigger than 17. I wish the game told you how many acres a field was. That'd be very, very helpful to know. Especially whenever you're planning on, like, buying stuff so you can figure out how many seeds it takes per acre. So you just go buy all your seed and fertilizer at one time. I think if I kept expanding here, I'd like to buy field 18. Has barley in it, but I need to go through and cut all this grass. And I believe here's going to be an issue. I guess it's not an issue. I don't have a front mower. That's an issue. Yeah, that's kind of a big issue, actually. Oh wait, I'm mistaken. There it is. No, I'm just stupid. Okay, we're good. This is gonna send the tractor to the moon here as soon as I hook this thing up. But I have a foraging wagon, and I also have a baler I can use. And I also have a few silage pits. Oh, she's heavy. She's real heavy. Alright, well this is going to be rough. But just like the cedar, as soon as I put it down, it should be alright. Alright, let's get down here to the open spot. That way, I don't throw the thing on a roof to first thing to begin with. Turn this thing on. Oh. Duh. Tractor don't got enough power. God dang it. Yep, that was meant. This thing's meant for the 8R. So let's see how much this tractor's worth. $94,000, and I need. Well, first off, let's see how much power it takes to turn that thing. Where's mowers? me crazy, but I don't see mowers here. Oh, weeders. No, I don't want a weeder. Where are the mowers? You're joking. Oh my gosh, it's right there. You need 160 horsepower. Turn that. See, this John Deere mower here, this HX20, that's honestly my favorite one. But it doesn't create the clippings for you to pick up. 160 horsepower. That's all I need. 164 horsepower. So we should be alright. Where if the grass just ain't ready. Or if I don't own it. No, I own it. I own all of it. Of course I do. Why ain't the mower working? It ain't. It's not made for this. So, 301 ED. Yeah, that's not it. You know, I'm curious. Thing goes 7 miles an hour. Yeah, it's clipping. Well, let's sell it because it ain't working. I'm not gonna use that. Sell that. Now, just to make sure I can pick this stuff up, I'm going to do one row here. I'm going to get my cart, see if I can pick it up. If I can't pick it up, then I don't want to cut it because it's not worth my time. Fuel. And that straw is a story for another day because I tried to bale a bunch of the original crop, the original wheat that was on the field. And then I went to harvest it. I put my straw swath off so I can actually bale. And all the rows were gone. Now when you were at a distance you could see it, but whenever you were close you couldn't. Alright, where's my implement? I'm like no recorders. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that'll do. I don't have a front PTO on this. So the next step would be to get a tractor that has a front PTO. I wonder if there's something in the same class that has a front PTO. Like that. That would be perfect. Because I need 70 horsepower to turn that. And I need 95. No, that's the perfect tractor right there. But I can't pull my seeder with that because I have this tractor here, but it's turned up. 164 horsepower. Oh. Okay then. Yeah, we're gonna buy that, but we just gotta sell. We're gonna buy this one. Alright, so that kind of worked out. So pretty much what I did was I traded the tractor in to get what we needed. I got one with duals and 11 more horsepower. That also has a front PTO, but I can still run a front loader on it. So I could tend my chickens, which was in the intent of the John Deere. But I don't have the money right now for purpose-driven equipment. It needs to be multi-purpose. If that makes sense. So I don't want to say a better tractor because nothing runs like a Deere. But sometimes you need to let go of brand loyalty to get what you need to get the job done. Which right now is a New Holland that I just flipped. The Doles will pull that cedar up there, get out of my way. Which will pull the cedar up over the hill a little bit better. And then a little bit more power. I got that front PTO, rear 3-point. Does this have front 3-point? Which is good news, and it drives faster. So I mean, it's a win-win situation. It's just not green. Which I guess if that really bothered me too much, I could have changed that. That field's ready to go. And I think that lower field is bigger. I'm going to go ahead and say that it is. Oh, our sunflowers are growing. That They're going fast. Man. That's realistic. I don't know. I played with seasons, I play without seasons. I prefer not playing with seasons because the game moves a little bit faster. But sometimes it moves just a little too fast. I wish I would have bought this before we ran out of seed. That's starting to come in. Good. Before I would have ran, before I ran out of seed, so I can test it a little bit more. To go New Holland versus JD. I think with this configuration, this would beat the John Deere, and I hope it does because I just spent a ton of freaking money. Alright, so I need this to go on the front. So axle weight ratings, no clue, not concerned. Alright, so alright, so by my calculations, this is working. How good it's working, not a clue. But I'm chopping stuff up, and it's picking crap up. These trees might be coming out of here too, so. Because man, is that annoying. Let's keep her out of pond one time. I guess that's the downfall of duels. You run into everything. Mowing grass is one of those funner things to do in the game. Let's see how it's doing. Don't really see anything over here that I missed. Trailer's a little over half full, but I digress. Let's keep going. Going at a healthy 12 miles an hour, which I'm very, very happy with. I was saying before when I was messing around with the cedars, speed isn't everything, but it surely does help. And I know I'm not going to pick every shredded grass up, but I'm not too concerned about it. Alright, so now we just gotta go dump this, and then after a while, running over it, we will have silage that we could sell. That's the other nice part about having doles, is I can run this stuff over a little bit easier. They're over here. Next to the chicken coops. Alright, so my grass disappeared. No, it's just invisible. Alright, well that's really weird. I don't like that. Alright, but I think that's good enough for this episode. Like I was saying before, if you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Follow me on PSN. Just so you know, and it's a little bit easier to watch. But I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, wrong button.